Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the VI Collaborative TV. I'm your host, Melville. I'm a chaplain, spiritual advisor, and master coach. I'm also a retired nurse and a birth and postpartum doula. So we're here. We're on our final video of this series. This is our launch week for the VI Collaborative TV, and we're also celebrating our Centennial anniversary as U.S. Virgin Islanders. 100 years, wow. We have come so far. We've taken a few steps behind, but we've kept going. Be proud of that. I know there's so much negativity. We can talk about so many things that needs to be fixed. And there are things that needs to be fixed. But we should still be proud as a people that we've kept going. We've weathered the storm. Why? We're better than that. We're bigger than that. We've come through so much. We've gone through so much. Listen, there's always going to be people or someone gung-ho with great ideas to change things, to do better. You know, we all are going to want to put our 2 cents in. But at the end of the day, this is God's world, His universe, His nations, His islands. And we need to let His grace shine on us. Okay, we need to remember that His grace is sufficient. No matter what we're going through, God's grace is sufficient. Where sin is rampant, grace abounds. So that means we can forgive. We may not forget, but we can forgive one another. Our transgressions. None of us has done great things all the time. All of us have sinned and come short of God's glory. We've all committed sins unto Him, against one another, known and unknown. So there's no need to trash one another, in the community about things we've done in the past. If that person has repented and paid the time or did the time, and or they may not have been convicted because they weren't charged, then rightfully you shouldn't condemn them as well. I've seen enough of that. We had enough of that. Okay, and rightfully so, this last video is about leaving a legacy we can be proud of. There's so many things that people are proud of. Some people are proud of their accomplishments, their education, their worldly pursuits, their goods, the amount of money they have in the bank, how many houses they have, cars. They're doing great things in their community. They're philanthropists. They're giving back. They want to change the world. There's so many things that people are proud of. But I implore you, the greatest thing that you should be proud of is the life you have lived in total. The state of your life today. You don't know about tomorrow. If you were to sit down today and think about the life you've lived, what would you change? Would you change anything? Would you have done this better? I'm sure you'd say yes. Or maybe some would say, I wouldn't change a thing. But the truth is, we've all done things that we could have done better. And that's because we didn't know better. So the beauty is to learn from these lessons, to become better people, and to not repeat the same things. And that's what we need to instill. So when we make the changes that we need to make in our lives, hopefully early on, but even if you're middle-aged, if you're in your 40s or 50s, maybe 60s or 30s, if you're noticing that you keep doing the same things, or someone keeps telling you you're this, you're that, and more than one person tells you, 2 or 3 or more, then that may be something you may want to look at. There's something called generational curses. Some things run in your family consistently. You may be the one to stop it, but you have to be aware. You have to want to fix it. You have to want to get to the bottom of it. That takes time. That takes passion. It takes work ethic. It takes love. It takes hope. It takes all of you. Are you willing to do that? Is it important? I can only speak personally for me. Like I mentioned to you all in this first video, I was raised in a foster care system. It wasn't something I planned for my life. It's just the life that I was born into. My parents made different decisions before I was even born. When I was born, they followed through on it. It wasn't the best scenario. It wasn't the best situation for me. It really wasn't. But God shined His grace on me. And I was blessed to have been raised in one home with a wonderful woman. Her name is Irene Francis. She died in 2001. She didn't have any children of her own, but she raised several children with handicaps. That was her passion. She didn't have any of her own, so she took care of those that didn't have a parent. She did it by herself. There wasn't any man around. The brother that I was raised with, his name was Calvert Clark. He was hearing impaired. He was phenomenal. He had a disability, but he would get up every morning to go to work. He worked at the Herbert Great Home for the Aged in the laundry, the sanitation department, and he never called in sick. He loved his job. He loved the people. He loved me. He helped take care of me. He helped me with my children. He was a good person. And he was born again. And it was because of his example that pushed me to want to be born again. And he was so giving and loving. He died in 2002, 6 months and 8 days after my mother. That was so traumatic for me, that time in my life. And I had 4 children at the time. I had to rebuild my own life. I felt so alone, like I had no one. No one knew how I felt. I had so much responsibility so young. I felt overwhelmed. And in 2003, as I mentioned to you in my very first video, when I decided to leave St. Croix to go on to the mainland to learn how to run a facility for the aged and learn more about life and who I was, I too almost died. And that was another life change. I had to rebuild from there too. So it was like it was a series of unfortunate events. But I'm still here. I didn't give up. And neither should you. I was, like I said in another video, I homeschooled my children. I taught them not only academia, but life skills. I taught them about Jesus. I taught them about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I taught them about God, the Father, and the Holy Spirit that dwells within the people that believe in Him. I taught them about life, real life. I told them everything about me, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I didn't leave anything out because I didn't want anyone else to tell them anything about their mother. I didn't pretend to be innocent, or I didn't pretend to be perfect either. I was just who I was. But I wanted them to know that I didn't want to stay or remain that same person. But through all those difficulties that I just mentioned, I wanted to grow. I wanted to grow past that. I didn't have to be like my mother. I didn't want to be like her. I wanted to take care of my children. And I also showed them that I forgave her. I took them to see her when I met her. I understood what happened. I am actually thankful that they gave me up, because when I learned about them, they couldn't raise me to be who I am today. So I'm thankful for that. So to any child that's being raised in foster care right now or has been, I want you to know this. You may not have had a say in the life that you've had, but you have a say in the life you have now. Don't let your past define who you are, and certainly not your future. That's not your future. That's just your past. That's how you got here. Take your lemons and make lemonade. Use what you have. Use your pain. Use your frustration to catapult you into a better place in your life. Seek good. If you want answers, seek, pray, ask. Ask for help. Seek good mentors in your communities. There are some good people still in the world. Okay? Seek out those people, those leaders. I would like to mention former Commissioner of Human Services, Christopher Finch. He was also my worker. Yes. AKA Santa Claus. He does such a wonderful job every year. Him and his wife, Ellie Hirsch, with those children. He's still at it. He's no longer the commissioner, but he's still serving the people. And that's what you should do. He's enjoying life still. He still goes on trips. He's still enjoying life. So thank you, Mr. Finch. Thank you for that example. I will also like to mention, the staff at the Wannabe Hospital. I know you've changed your personnel over the years since I was there 20 years ago. But I want you to know that people deserve great health care. I'm speaking to the CEOs, the administrators right now. Treat others the way you want to be treated. I know there's a lot of political red tape around you. There's budget, there's this, there's that. But at the end of the day, we're providing a service to the people of the Virgin Islands. And as an administrator of the only hospital on the island of St. Croix, if you need help, ask for help, cry out. I don't know if you have a chaplain on staff or a spiritual advisor, but you need one. The people there, the patients there, they need that healing touch. They need leaders who have that association. We're called to be leaders who impact people. We need to find a way to make funds available to rebuild the hospital inside out. Not just the structure that needs rebuilding, not just patching it up when Jacob comes along, but we need, rebuilding. We need people on board who cares about the people of the Virgin Islands, who cares about health care. We need more programs. We need to hire local nurses. We need to have a program in the hospital where the nurses can train right there. Have a classroom in the hospital where they have their theory and send them up on the units for clinical right there. And then hire those that graduate. As much as you can. Hire local. Too much money has been wasted with travel nurses, paying housing and all that could have gone to the local economy. You know, there's so many things you can do. We need more programs for women women and children. You know, a few of our great OBGYNs have gone on. Some have passed away. Some are no longer in the islands. You know, we need new blood. We need to attract doctors. You know, and it goes without saying. We by now we should have been a community that even trains doctors there. You know, but of course most of them had to go away. But we need to attract them. We need them to come back. We don't need to shut them out. You know, we need to be better. We need better recruiters who can really recruit people who have heart and soul and really want to better the islands. You know, it's a skill. You know, everyone will have a listen. That's another thing. Being working as a public servant, whether you're a nurse or a policeman or a leader, you know, that's the thing, right? It's hard to balance life and work and family. So we need to help in that area too. You know, we need a facility where, like, if an employee has an issue with a family or a child, we need like a clinic or some type of nursery on site to help with those issues. Because you never stop being a parent. And it's hard when you're a parent of a young children or a child and you have to go to work and you have a job that's really on demand. Like, you have to be there outside of regular hours. As a nurse, I worked day, evening, and the graveyard shift. But it was very difficult. And oftentimes I had young children at home, elderly parent. It was very difficult. Sometimes I had to choose, and sometimes it wasn't always conducive to my employer. And I didn't feel good about that. And it's hard, so we need to be better about of course you need support in your life too. You need to have a spouse or a family member or somebody who can help you as well. You know? So it's not just up to the facility, but I'm just saying that we could make provisions for those things. We could start with volunteers. You know, and if the program does well, then we could really write a grant or do something, you know, to put it in place. You know, when I had my first child, there were community nurses going out to people, to those who were on Medicaid at the time, or who were delivered via midwife. There were those nurses that went out, community nurses that would check the babies and make sure that the mother is doing well, she's breastfeeding okay. You know, the babies, they would check the male children to see the testes descend. They would check everything, you know. Also notice the environment, if there's any abuse. So we need more people dispatched in the communities working. We need skilled people. We need doulas too to help these young moms who are single, who have no husbands or the boyfriend isn't around. You need doulas, you know, because you know, I noticed that also that the rate of C-sections are increasing, which is higher risk. I know it's a money-making thing, but it's higher risk. You know, and women can labor naturally. There's so many other ways we can help them labor naturally. We need more doulas. You know, breast lactation consultants. We need to train them. We need more servants dispatched in the communities. My legacy, I want to be known as a servant of God and His people. What will your legacy be like? You have today. What will your legacy be like? You don't have tomorrow. So, you know, I really hope that these series of videos, I try not to make them too long. Some of the topics I went a little over than what I wanted to. But I really hope that they were impactful. And I wanted to give you just a little taste of what I have to offer and what I would love to offer you on an ongoing basis. I will be doing more videos along the way on different topics that I choose, or one that you may want me to talk about. Just leave me some suggestions in the comments, and I'll pray about it and I'll make a way to do it. I want to help. God has blessed me and helped me so much. I can only give back. Freely receive, freely give. And again, I would like to extend an invitation or a proposal to our leaders in our community for support, for spiritual support, advisement. I'm open to speaking at schools, churches, organizations, you name it. Many of them I'm familiar with. Like I said, I've tenured at the Wanganui Hospital, Herbert Grieg Home, Queen Louise Home for Children, at the Sister Emma Cottage. I volunteered at schools. Early in my career, I was in banking till my mother, got older and ill, and I became a nurse. But we used to be a community. We really did. And we can still be one. We can still be one. I still think we are. We just gotten a little bit, complacent. But the children that's coming up, they need it. We may still feel like we are, but they may not see it that way. So we have to do a better job. We have to round them up. We have to sit them down before they're too old. I pray it's not too late for most, but we still need to we still need to make an impact. And a lot of it can start with forgiveness and transparency. Yeah, just have conversations. Tell the truth. Tell your stories. Don't hide from them. They'll find out. Or they'll go to someone else for an explanation. You don't want that, right? So just be who you are. Be who you're supposed to be. Don't be afraid. No matter how old you are, everyone has some fears. But let that fear fuel your passions. Don't hold back. We're all, like the late Maya Angelou said, we're more alike, my friends, than unalike. We all share common needs and wants. We share similar adversities. So let's be understanding. Let's be more loving and compassionate, empathetic, patient, loving, kind. We're known by our fruits. We're known by our love. And that's what I'll always hold dear to my heart about my people, about the U.S. Virgin Islands, where I was born and raised. And I will forever hold it dear to my heart. So I'm here for you. I'm Crystal Melville. I'm here for you. Reach out to me at Higher Self Coach on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The creator and founder of the VI Collaborative page, community page, community. Here offering my services. And I will leave all of my contact information on the end of each of these videos, so you can contact me, see what I'm up to. I'm also a screenwriter. I'm currently writing for film and TV right now as well. So yeah, you see, who would think? Who would think I would do this to? So live your life. Live your life freely. Be grateful. Honor God. Obey His every word. And you will have life, and you will have it more abundantly. This is my prayer for you. Thank you so much for watching all of these videos. Please, if anyone has impacted you in any way, please share it with someone. Your friend, your parent, your sister, your daughter, your mother, auntie, uncle, teacher, leader, colleague. Share it. I'm sure they would love to hear it. Everybody needs encouragement. Everybody has a rough day. Everybody's going through it. Everybody's going through it. I want you to know that you can make it through anything. God is able. You can do it. You can hold on in that marriage a little longer. You can forgive. You can hold your family together. You can hold your company together. We can hold the government together. We can do this. At the end of the day, it's all about you becoming a better you. That's it. So thank you so much for joining me, for being on this journey this week on the launch of the VI Collaborative TV. I will be coming to you again, various topics. Again, leave me suggestions down below, your comments, and I look forward to serving you. I look forward to seeing you again. So have a wonderful and blessed day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you soon. Bye now.